man.
Hey, everybody, it's Jody.
Yeah, there it goes. Go for it, man. Go ahead, start it, Barrett. Go ahead. That'd be fun.
No, go ahead. I just want to do the hey.
No, it'd be fun if someone else did it. Go ahead, man. It'd be great.
Hey, pull up your chair, have your adult beverage, and join us for this virtual pub. We got Joe D. We got Mark. We got I forgot. Bum.
Hey! What's up, YouTube?
What's up, cats? What's up, cats?
Yeah.
So what you drinking today, Joe?
Well, since you asked, I am drinking the latest from Coca-Cola, Dasani.
Craft water.
What's the ABV on that?
It is craft water. It's craft filtered water from Atlanta's finest, I'm sure. Or something. I don't know.
Is there a bottled on date on that?
Yeah, exactly. You know what? Do they put dates on water?
They probably do. It's probably hidden in some weird code somewhere. Yeah.
Oh yeah. There is a code on the bottle. I don't know what it says though, but yeah.
I don't know if bottled water ever goes bad. I found a bottle of Kirkland water in the back of like underneath the back seat of my car that had been there for at least 3 years, and I opened it up and it tasted fine.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. It was still sealed and everything, and so.
I wonder if over time the plastic would make it unsafe. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I did wake up the next morning with an extra finger, but other than that, I think it was fine.
You know what's wrong with that 11 fingers? You know what I'm saying?
That's what she said. That's what she said.
Hey, there you go. Yeah. Did she give the finger a name?
That's personal.
Yeah, no, that's just going too far, Joe.
Yeah.
Hey, so we did get our friend Barrick completing his beer, and so what? You have the floor, man. What? Tell us about the beer you sent.
Okay, I sent you the Citra Beer, obviously. I make Citra bombs with 3, 5, and 7 ounces of hops. So one's more like an ale, one's more like a pale ale, and one's more. And one's more like an IPA. The ones you guys should be getting should be more like an IPA.
Okay.
But I don't filter them, so there's a lot of sediment in the bottom.
Okay.
Sediment, drink it. I do. Some people don't. But there will be a lot of sediment in the bottom, but it'd be good. Single malt, single hop. And then I'm drinking right now the chocolate blueberry porter.
Oh, wow, look at that. It does look damn good.
And it's actually, I'm not really good at making dark beers, but this one turned out pretty damn good. And
I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah.
Drink it cold. I'm telling you, if it's too warm, there's a little too much blueberry. The recipe called for, I don't know, a bottle like this and about that big around of the whole thing for 5 gallons, and I put half of it in, and it's still, if it's warm, the blueberry comes out too much. So try to drink it cold; it's better.
Okay.
That'd be interesting, maybe.
So we'll probably end up starting the show, introducing everybody, seeing what beer you're at, if you're having one or not, and then do that one first so it's still cold, and then do the other ones.
Mm-hmm.
And, it is going to be like the porter's like 4.8. The Citra Bomb is like 5.2. So they're both around 5.
Okay. Cool. That'd be good.
Sounds
And
good.
you sent them out. We should be getting them here this week. You said
Tomorrow, he said.
I sent them out 2-day priority today.
Okay.
Sent them out yesterday, so either get them tomorrow or the next day.
Okay. Cool. UPS or USPS?
United States Postal Service, yeah.
All right.
Okay, cool.
I'm going to be here tomorrow, so I'm just going to wait outside the door. Please bring me my box.
Yeah. Yes, manna from heaven.
I'm actually looking forward to you guys trying it.
Yeah.
The Citra Bomb is going to be very light, very refreshing. It's what I like. And this chocolate's blackberry, chocolate blueberry porter is not bad. I mean, it's not what I drink all the time, but hey, it's good.
Hey, Barry, so is there 2 bottles of each or just
Yes.
one bottle? Okay.
2 bottles each.
Oh,
Okay.
cool.
Good.
All right. Try one
Are we
then,
permitted
and
to sample some before next Tuesday?
What's that?
Are we all permitted to sample some before next Tuesday, or should we wait until?
If you can wait,
Okay.
wait.
Okay.
Yeah, that'd be interesting. Yeah, just
Yeah.
to kind of get our
Okay. Yeah.
impression.
Because
Yeah. I don't care, but yeah, whatever you think, Joe.
yeah, no, absolutely. If you can wait, because I would like a complete, just
Yeah.
this is our first try, and we're all trying it together, just like we did with the other beers, and that way our first, impressions and everything are online. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sounds good.
And there's nobody's getting anything from the bottom of the fermenter. So there's
No extra yum-yums at the bottom?
Yeah.
like
Damn
the last 2 of that Citra Bomb is going to be I probably will end up dumping them. There's just so much junk in it.
Yeah.
Well,
They all came from the middle. As I was pouring them in the middle, I said, okay, these are these guys, so, but they all sound good.
now they automatically get a rejection if they don't have a date on them.
I know.
We gotta support our guy that's not with us right now. He's
I hear you.
yeah.
It's an A beer in a B bottle.
Yep.
No, hey, I thank you, Beric, for going through all this trouble.
That's
man.
very cool. Looking forward to
I
it.
really do appreciate it, and I've been looking forward to this for quite some time. So this will be this is a great experience. This will be great. Another memorable share of beer experience.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? This will definitely.
Yeah, I mean, well, as long as you've been brewing Citra Bomb, Beric, what, 3 years or so since you started, probably?
Yeah, you're probably.
That was one of the first things you brewed. That was maybe like your second or third batch you did Citra, wasn't it? I mean, it wasn't that far in until you started brewing that. So.
No, that's.
Or.
I started making kits.
Oh, that's right. Yeah, you were doing like the Mr. Beer kit type stuff. Yeah.
Or I'd go to the local brewery and they'd sell it in a box. This is an IPA kit, whatever. And I don't remember who it was turned me on to Citra. It was probably Zach. I don't know.
Yeah, that might be true. Yeah.
And I said, "Wow, this is good." So then and then the guy at my local beer store was talking about single malt, single hop beers. I said, "Well, I'll try that, a 2-row in Citra," and been hooked ever since.
Yeah, you're good. Yeah, that's probably your most brewed beer, that's for sure, right?
Oh yeah, if I make 3 batches, at least 2 of them are that, and then 1 experimental one.
Mm-hmm.
And my experimental one right now is the Mosaic that I had from Founders.
Oh, cool.
So
I've got a Mosaic here as my second beer. It'll be kind of interesting.
Mosaic Promise?
It is Mosaic. No, it's from Highland Brewing. It's a Mosaic Rye IPA.
Oh.
Okay.
Yeah, which is kind of an imperial. I think it's like 8%, 7%, 8%. Yeah.
I think the Mosaic Promise is, it started off as single malt, single hop. Promise is the malt, and Mosaic is the hop. But they said they had to add a little 2-row and a little wheat so the shelf life would be better.
Okay.
And, but it's still I think it's about 5.4, 5.8, something like that. Not bad.
Okay.
Still very refreshing and light and clean. That's what I like. If I, especially on a hot day.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Yeah.
Like something with some flavor, but not going to set me down too much.
Yep.
Hey, so what are you actually drinking right now, Mark?
I'm drinking one of these. It's a Hopnosh Tangerine IPA.
Hopnosh.
Hopnosh. It's out of it's from Untap Brewing, that Utah brewing group. You know, the ones that out of Utah. Is it Uintah? Is what they call it.
Do they add tangerine, or is...
Yeah, they add tangerine to the beer, and I think they use. I think Citra is one of the hops they use actually.
No, probably would be.
Yeah, for tangerine, yeah.
Yeah, but they add brewed with tangerine, so. And it's 7.3%. So
Wow.
it's at the high end of a standard IPA, but it's got a great color.
And I've been going to in Grand Rapids, they give this thing called a passport out with all the local breweries in Grand Rapids. There's 23 of them.
Oh, that's cool.
And when you go, you get a stamp for each brewery. And then, after so many, you get a free beer, you get a T-shirt, and all this kind of stuff. And I've got like 7 of them stamped, and wow, there's some really good breweries in Grand Rapids. Really sucky ones too, but there's some really good ones.
Yeah. But there's 23 in the Grand Rapids area, huh?
Yep.
That's amazing.
Well, that's what's in the passport. There might be more.
Yeah. Now, how many people in Grand Rapids? What's the population of Grand Rapids? It's not huge.
Second biggest city in Michigan. But like I was in Founders, in less than a quarter of a mile away was Grand Rapids Brewing, and a block down was Hopcat. So within less than a quarter of a mile, I hit 3 of them.
Okay. Yeah.
Oh, and by the way, this is just for information, Joe. I'll be done talking after this.
No, you're good, man.
I tried I actually tried 2 for the first time sour beers.
Oh, really? What'd you think?
I'm telling you, it was not what I was expecting at all. I was expecting a sour beer to be, from all I've heard everybody talk about them, was something that would taste like beer, but like it had went bad. But this was more like apple cider. Or cider. The first one I tried was very mild, and I thought, this kind of has a cider flavor to it. And then I tried another one, and it just made me pucker till it.
Yeah.
Couldn't breathe. Didn't even really taste like beer. It just tasted more like, not like apple cider, but just some kind of a cider. It was way different than I expected.
Yeah, now that you mention that, there are different sours, isn't there? There are. Yeah, now that you mention that, there are different. Because, like I say, I can tell the difference, and I can tell you what I think is a better sour and not a better sour. You know what I'm saying? And a worse sour. It's just not my whole style in general.
Yeah, there's definitely a range in sours.
Yeah.
We went to last year when we were in Portland. There's a brewery there that all they do is sours. All they do is basically cask aged sours, and they brew with a lot of local fruits. So it'd be like a blueberry sour, a blackberry, all the local fruits and stuff. And they went the whole range. From you said just pucker your lips to something that was hardly sour at all, but it was still just a little bit of sour, but you got more fruit, to the opposite end where it was fruit, but it was all sour. And
it didn't really seem like anything really tasted, either one of them really tasted like beer. You know what I'm saying? Am I wrong on that, or is it? I was expecting beer, but
you were expecting to hate the taste.
Yeah, and I really didn't. But it just didn't taste really like beer.
No, they taste it. They do taste a little different. I think
Well,
a lot of sours taste different than a regular beer.
yeah.
There's a little different, and I don't know what it is. Maybe it's the yeast or the whatever gives the sour flavor just kind of offsets all the other traditional beer stuff.
Well, they purposely will sour the beer, right? Like they expose it at some point, and
Yep.
it just
Be back in a second, guys.
okay.
Yeah, they had something. Either they use like a wild yeast or add something during fermentation. Expose it to something that gives it an off flavor. Just like sour bread. I mean, it's the same kind of process.
Right. Yeah. Exactly.
Sourdough, like sourdough.
Yeah,
San Francisco
right.
sourdough.
So here we go. Here's the definition of it, so that everybody can see. There's the sour beer, which is an identical acidic, tart, or sour taste. The most common sour beer styles are Belgian lambics, and it goes through the gamut here. Let me see what else we can grab for.
I never realized the Belgian lambic was considered a sour. Wow.
Yeah, you think of that as like a straight-up lambic is more like a fruit beer, right? I mean, you get more fruit than you do sour, right? Yeah.
Yeah, because I think of more the definite tart or just a plain bad taste, right? Wow, so here's your list of sour beer styles, as you can see them: American Wild Ale.
Yeah. All different kinds.
Yeah, here's and that Ghost is on here, right?
Yep.
Lambic. Oud, what is it? Brewing? Oud Brewing?
Old Brewing? Yeah, like
Brewing?
Yeah.
So yeah, those are your different sour styles right there.
Yeah, that Ghost or Gosa, however they pronounce it. I'm starting to see a lot of those in the store. Have you guys seen those?
Yeah, a lot.
Like the summer beers.
I kind of think of them as more summery. They're real kind of light. This description in here to me describes it how I've thought of Ghost or Goose or whatever the hell it is. I thought it describes it good because the style characterized by the use of coriander and salt, and I've thought of it as more of a salt beer, not a sour. But I guess it would be in that style because of the salt and the acid, right?
Yep. Yeah, those are becoming really popular. I mean, I've seen
they're everywhere.
8 or 10 of them, different ones in the beer store here over the summer.
That would definitely, if all these are sour beers, then I would think lambics and those Ghosts are probably the most popular as far as style.
Yeah.
Yeah. Cool. Here's that one really quick. That tangerine. You can see here we got the roadblock here.
Oh yeah.
Your favorite thing, Joe.
But
that's going to stop anybody. There you
go. But yeah, nice, clean. I mean, you do just click yes and you're in. It's 7.3. I like the nice, big, simplified. This is kind of the way a lot of beer websites are going. They're real nice, simple. Boom, here it is.
Nice big font. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, after you've had a few beers and you're going to see what you're drinking, you can like navigate to the page, but then you need like big type just to make sure you can see it.
Yeah. So it's available, right now, April through July.
Yeah.
A play on our flagship IPA. This beer features an aromatic, what is that, a meringue? Or no?
Menagerie.
Menagerie, of tropical hops and tangerine zest. Wraps up with crisp, bitter finish.
Yep, I would agree. Very good deal.
And there you go. 82 IBUs. Are you getting some of that?
It's got tangerine up front, and then the bitter is at the back. Yeah, after you swallow it, you definitely get the bitter at the back. And
then here's our difference. Okay, so we're gonna look it up on BA, a Beer Advocate, for those that are new. It gets an 84. It's got an 84 and a 90.
And the Bros give it a 90. Yeah, I mean that's a good one.
It seems like it from hearing you talk about it. It seems like a really good one, and it looked good out of Utah. So that's Utah's starting to really pop up, huh? We've been talking about Utah beers for quite some time now, but it was pretty limited in the very very beginning a few
Mhm.
years ago. Now they're kind of really coming out, outside of Utah, I suppose.
Yep.
And then look at the difference here, man. Untap, almost 20,000 check-ins for this beer.
Yeah.
17,000 uniques, man. That's insane.
Yeah.
5,000 this month.
Soon to be one more check-in. I'm going to hit this, and I want to see what's it total. 19,938 there, Joe. Let's see.
Yeah. Let's see.
I'm going to check in.
Okay.
And I'm going to hit go. And
Tell me when you do it. I'll hit the refresh.
I'm confirming check-in right now.
Okay. So I'll hit the refresh. See if you pop up there.
Should.
Let's see. Yeah. Well, it went up some, right? 19,941.
It went up
now.
3. Wow.
Yeah.
Hmm.
So there was a couple of you.
Yep. Well, they do say I'm as good as 3 men in bed, but.
Oh, look at that. Yeah, so we had Eric R check in. Let me see. Yeah, it's not showing Mark, but it did show him at least, and it did go up. So.
Yep.
But in any case, oh well, maybe that's because that was global. Let me see. Let me sign in here. No, I haven't had this beer. No, of course not. Global. I guess I.
There we go.
There it is. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
There's Mark.
Yep.
Yep. Drinking Hop Nosh Tangerine. There
I was going to say I'm as good as 3 men in bed, and that still gives me a total of 1 minute.
So what do you have in there, Bum?
From Barrick's home state, I'm having a Dark Horse Reserve Special Black Ale from Marshall, Michigan.
Oh.
Not sure how close Marshall is to you, Barrick.
I'd never heard of it.
Some of their stuff's available here in Pittsburgh. I've had a few of their things in the past. There's been a couple stouts, and they have an IPA, which, believe it or not, is called Smells Like a Safety Meeting. That's the name of it.
It smells like a safety meeting.
What is it again, Bum?
The brewery is Dark Horse. Dark Horse Brewing in Marshall, Michigan.
And it's the black ale? What is it?
Reserve Special Black Ale. I've been seeing their stuff around here for a couple of years now.
Never heard of Marshall, Michigan. Must be a little town.
Maybe it's in like the Upper Peninsula or something, huh?
Possibly.
Michigan's a big state. You don't really think about it, do you?
IBUs or anything else. There's a very, very difficult to see and interpret code stamped on the bottle, which really doesn't add up to anything. 7.5%. But I've seen probably a half dozen different of their beers around here over the last couple of years, and every one of them's been good.
Mm-hmm.
Cool.
Coming up with anything, Joe?
Yeah, well, I'm getting the here. I'll share it here in just a second. Let's see. We got.
Speaking of ghosts.
Yeah, it's just outside of Battle Creek.
Yeah, here we go. So we got. It's you went right to the website, which is cool. And they do have their own probably little review or something about it here about the beer, so you can check that out right on their website. It's 7.5 ABV, 67 IBUs, available year-round. You can get it, of course, in the half barrel or the 6 barrel or 6-pack bottle. Six-pack of good old bottles. Yeah, okay. They're in the UP, right?
Nope. They're by Battle Creek, which is about an hour southeast of me.
Oh, okay. Well, they say they're in the Upper Peninsula, so.
Oh, wait, Marshall, Michigan? I just looked up Marshall, Michigan, and it's, well, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's 2 Marshall, Michigans.
Yeah, it says conceived in a dimly lit room on a blistery cold night in the Upper Peninsula of Michigan.
Also spelled Marshall.
Yeah.
Maybe it was conceived there. I mean, that's what they say. You know what I'm saying? It might have been conceived in a dimly lit room.
Yeah, just like a lot of humans aren't born where they're conceived at.
Yeah, that's true.
But on BA it has a score of 89, 585 reviews, man.
And Untap probably has like 5,000 reviews, probably.
And Untapped has let's see what we get from Untapped. 25,800 reviews and 20,000 uniques.
There you go. That tells you
That's about what I'd give it, about 4 out of 5 caps.
That's crazy. That's like a lot more, like what, 50 times more reviews on Untapped than Beer Advocate? That's great.
Well, they have 529 this month.
Oh wow, yeah.
And BA has 585 total reviews.
Yeah.
Yeah, they have that this month.
Joe, you've talked before about why Untapped is catching on so good. I think it's because when you're on Untapped, you have a limit on when you do your review. You have a 140 character limit. I think when you're on Beer Advocate, I think a lot of people feel obligated to outdo each other with the descriptions.
Yeah.
And you have to keep it simple on Untapped, and I think a lot of people just want to keep it simple. That's why I like Untapped.
Yeah. I agree. You can just type something real quick impressions and go. Whereas you could write a novel on Beer Advocate and still not have a biggest review.
Yeah, and a lot of the novels on Beer Advocate, when I'm done reading them, they don't tell me a thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, because you feel like I guess when you are able to write, just forever like that, I think you might feel the need to go a little too deep,
Mm-hmm.
versus with the Twitter format that's on Untapped, 140 characters. You have to keep it short and sweet to the point.
Mm-hmm.
And you give your 5 bottle cap rating. So what do you got now, Barrick? You have the Citra?
Yeah, I've got the one I sent you guys. Not too terribly cloudy.
Oh, it looks good.
No, that looks very good.
It does. It looks good.
Yeah, wow, that's good. And my Beer City Brusader passport.
Oh, cool. That is cool, man.
You get a stamp from all the breweries. They give you a description.
Oh, cool. It's like a little passport book. You got a page for each place that you go, and
that's it.
Mm-hmm.
That is cool. I like that idea. Yeah. I think you know what? Doesn't Zach talk about having a similar thing in Denver?
Yeah, they do. They have number of breweries get together and do the same kind of thing, which makes sense. I mean, because everybody's beers are different, but if everybody gets together and pitches in on the cost of producing 10,000 little booklets that they can hand out, then it's good advertising for everybody.
Yeah. So what you're pouring that beer now, Mark? Tell us about it a little bit.
Yeah, this is the Mosaic Rye from Highland Brewing in Asheville, North Carolina, and it's he calls it a rye pale lager, India pale lager. So it's a lager, uses lager yeast, I think. And you can definitely taste the rye. It's got that spicy kind of flavor.
Who's it from again? I'm sorry, Mark. Who's it from?
Highland Brewing.
Okay.
Yeah. And it's got that spice, but the the Mosaic is. Yeah, it's almost Mosaic hops to me. Do you think it tastes like orange, Barrick? Is that a lot of people think Mosaic is like an orange? To me, it's like almost like a caramelized onion, like a sweet caramelized onion kind of flavor, which is really, really weird. But
The only Mosaic I've had was the Mosaic Promise, and I thought it was kind of a mix between orange and floral.
I get orange, but I get a little bit of that, like caramelized, really sweet caramelized onions.
I get that sometime in rye beer.
And that might be it too. That might be the rye in here, but it's definitely got a little bit of spice and really good.
Is this a relatively new beer?
I think it is.
It must be. It must be because the numbers are insanely low on this.
Yeah, Warrior. Part of their Warrior series.
Okay.
8% ABV.
Yeah, it must be. I'm not getting how new it is on their website. You know what I'm saying?
This bottle was filled in May 10th.
Okay.
So it's only a couple months old.
Yeah, it must be a fairly. Yeah, it's part of their Warrior series. So I would imagine this is probably the first of, because the numbers are. I'll show you what I'm looking at here. So this is the website. The website is beautiful in my opinion. You know how that is. It went right to the beer. Some don't. Even even if they give you that roadblock for the age limit, they still send you to the homepage. You got to find it. But this went right to the beer. 3 pounds of Mosaic hops per barrel deliver huge citrusy notes to complement the hints of tangerine and pepper from Australian Ala hops. North Carolina grown rye rounds out the spicy malt character. Think hop candy with a clean, piney nuance and sticky finish. 8% ABV, 75 IBUs, and we covered all the rest. So pretty good.
The sticky finish is always good.
Nice. Yes.
You always need a sticky finish.
Yes, I knew I could count on somebody, man. Yes, the sticky finish is very important, man, because that is the happy ending, right?
It's a happy ending, a sticky finish.
So on BA, we've got awaiting 10 reviews. There's literally no numbers on it. And it was just added. So it was added, what is that, March? So March 29th. So, yeah, this is a new beer. It's a new beer. And then when you go to Untap, they literally only have 1,219 total check-ins as of this recording. So, and 1,149 uniques. So that number's high, of course, because it's new. 448 this month. Gets a 3.9 out of 5 bottle caps, so it's pretty good.
1,220 just now.
Yeah, 1,220 as of right now. You know what I'm saying? Yep. Let's see.
There we go.
Yeah, it is. Yep, 1,220. That's hilarious. Yeah, we actually logged Mark as we speak.
Yes.
So.
That's funny.
I'll make sure that wasn't somebody else.
Yeah, well, this guy, his last check-in was 21 minutes ago, so there's Mark on my friends.
Yeah, there we go.
So that was Mark.
Maybe on Saturday, I think it was Friday or Saturday. I had it.
So I'll toast Mark's check-in there. So I get on a piece of the action. Yeah, what does happen on there? So it doesn't record me at all on this beer hunt. It's just a cheers to a toast.
Yeah, I think so.
But
There, I just toasted.
There we go.
Double
toasts.
Yeah, see, we'll get. Yeah.
And
so
my
that.
phone shows a little untapped toast on my notification. So.
Yeah.
That's the important thing. Wave your hand over your phone, see the untapped toast.
Yeah.
And life is complete.
Yeah. So it's.
Oh, Earth toasted this too. Hey, where is he today? Come on.
He's probably at work. You know what I'm saying?
He's probably at work drinking. He's probably drinking at work right now.
Yeah, he's probably sparing us a bunch of noise right now. Actually,
yeah.
That's generally why he doesn't get in it when he's
that's
at
true.
work because it's just really noisy. So, and which is fine. But yeah, well, that's kind of funny because I don't know that I've gotten on here. Well, I think I have maybe done some check-ins online on Untap online. But that's a huge advantage they have. They have both components. Some apps don't have an online component at all.
Yeah.
So.
And they've always had online, but they've improved that in the last year or two. It used to be you could go online, but you couldn't do everything you could do on the app. And now you can do everything you can on the app, which is
now you can do everything.
Yeah.
And as a matter of fact, the interface looks pretty close too. There
you go. Donald Trump gets a nomination. Woo!
Oh, really? Is that? I thought. Pardon my ignorance, man. I literally don't keep up. So I thought he was already nominated.
Well, but they had to go through the convention, and all the delegates got to stand up and cast their ballots.
Okay. Yeah, well, you guys know. I mean, I just do not watch TV. It's part of the reason why I never really talk about any current events or anything, because I don't know what the hell is going on. And quite frankly, I really don't give a rip. You know what I'm saying? Because it doesn't affect my life. You know what I'm saying? And I do hear about stuff, though. Probably, like, if something's happening right now, I'll hear about it probably in a few hours, because we all have one of these things. You know what I'm saying? So sooner or later, I'm going to get an alert. I don't need to watch TV to supposedly catch up on that. If there's going to be bad weather, Google alerts me, man. You know what I'm saying? I mean, if there's
faster than TV.
Yeah, faster.
Wherever you're at, your phone rings and
relevant to me.
You could hide under a table. Here comes a tornado.
Yeah, yeah. You know, to me on a daily basis, that's the only thing that really affects me is weather and traffic. You know what I'm saying? As far as all the shootings, if I'm gonna get shot, what's gonna stop that? Nothing's gonna stop that. I can watch the news and someone else getting shot as much as till the cows come home. Still not gonna stop me from getting shot. So if it's gonna happen, it's gonna happen. Like, you know what I'm saying? So,
Oh, we did start watching Turn, Joe.
Oh, what do you think?
Season 1. We only watched the first episode, season 1. And Pam's like, I could watch this.
Yeah, because
it's like a historical drama.
Exactly. It is. That's a good description. It's a historical. It's a U.S. historical. For those of you that haven't seen Turn, we could talk about that, because what do we do when we're drinking?
Well, the country was founded on beer. I mean, really, the whole revolution, all that stuff was founded in a tavern. I mean,
really.
A bunch of drunks built our country. So
in that particular series, they talk about ale a lot. You know what I'm saying? So, of course, and wine, of course. They talk about wine, of course, a lot too. But let's spend a second to talk about what Barrick, what TV series might you be watching right now, or one of your favorite TV series if you're not watching one right now?
Okay, my favorite series are I Love Alone. They drop 10 people off in this place in Alaska. They can take 10 survival items with them, and whoever lasts the longest gets $500,000. The other one is Impractical Jokers. I love those guys.
Impractical Jokers. Huh?
Impractical Jokers. Those are my two favorite shows. I like survival shows and I like comedy.
Oh, okay. All right. And Bum, are you watching any, or what are your favorites or ones that come to mind?
Now, Joe, when you say you don't watch television, you got nothing on me, Joe. My television is on constantly, but if I'm not watching sports like the Pirate games or Steeler games or something, I'm coming very, very close to cutting the cord. I don't watch most current television, and all these shows that I hear everybody talk about, I don't watch. I love old stuff. I live in the past. I went to a classic rock show on Saturday, watched Journey and the Doobie Brothers. It was a great show.
Oh, well, cool.
Yeah, great show. My favorite thing to watch on television right now, every night on Antenna TV, Johnny Carson reruns from the 70s and 80s. I love it. I love old-time entertainment.
Yep.
I've got tickets right now to Skinnerd in Frampton.
Oh, you know what, Barrick? You may not see Skinnerd because Gary Rosington just had another heart scare.
I know, and Gary Rosington is right there.
Whoa! That
Whoa,
was
there we
scary.
Wow.
That was scary.
Wow.
We had shirt lifting up, and I was, whoa. Oh, okay.
Gary's right above the right nipple. Just right above the right nipple.
Whoa, too many citrus here, man. Too many citrus. He went Skinner, and he was like, yeah!
I got to hang out with those guys for 12 hours because of that tattoo.
Oh, really? You showed them the tattoo, and they're like, all right, you can hang, huh?
Yep, I was in like Flynn.
That's cool.
You know what's hilarious is sometimes those things are that simple, right?
Yeah.
Like,
Backstage, drinks with them.
Oh, yeah, well, they knew you were serious.
Yep.
right,
Yeah, you weren't a poser. I mean,
right.
if you're willing to get ink,
Yeah,
then you're willing to go through a little bit of pain at least
yeah.
for the cause.
I have to admit, if someone lifted their shirt and showed me a Jody tattoo, you're gonna get at least a sit down with a beer because I want to find out what the mentality is.
A Jody tattoo.
That would get a Jody tattoo because I am not getting a Jody tattoo. So I would want to know what.
I was at the pool, and one of the Skinner guys was there, and he saw the tattoo, and he said, "Listen, man," and he went and introduced me to everybody.
Oh, that's
Got
cool.
backstage with him. After the show, I had drinks with him. Whole 9 yards.
That's cool.
I've had that experience with a band, and it was a group that may you guys may or may not know. It's some of the music that I kind of like. One genre of music I kind of like, and I've been to a few of their shows. Is the Gypsy Kings? I've actually been fortunate enough.
Yeah, I've heard of them.
I couldn't even tell you the guy's name, but I literally me and when I was married, we sat down with a couple of the guys from Gypsy Kings and had a few drinks. It was super cool, and then I've had an experience of meeting all the Beach Boys.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah, I literally, it was in Detroit. Now that we mentioned Michigan, it was in Detroit. I had a load delivering to a hotel in Detroit, a bunch of furniture for the hotel. In any case, they were unloading me. The driver of their bus was right next to me, and we got to talking. And he's like, "Yeah, I'm driving the Beach Boys right now. Would you like to meet him?" I'm like, "It's the Pope Catholic? Yes, And so, yeah, he took me in there, and it was a very fancy hotel, so they were offering me free breakfast anyway. And I went down there, and they were all having breakfast at a huge round table, man. And I got to meet them all while they were having
That's
breakfast.
cool. Yeah.
It was
Super
cool.
When I went to that concert, I happened to stay at the same hotel with them. That's how I ended up at the pool with them. And Hank Williams Jr. was the warm-up act for him. And they offered to take me on his bus. And I said, "No, really, I'm really more into you guys than Hank." Take me on his bus because I thought I felt uneasy about it, but
yeah, you were about to be Hank meat.
Hank Williams Jr.
Yeah.
We're gonna take you on the bus and get you drunk, boy.
I never had a hangover any more than I did that morning. Drinking. Woo.
Yeah.
You're drinking with pros, man. Like,
Yeah.
I don't know much about Leonard Skinner, but I imagine if you're doing anything private with them, they're a little better than you.
Yes, they are.
On any level.
Yeah.
Hey, before you hang up, Joe, I want to tell you one quick story about one of the breweries. You don't have to do it now, but I want to tell you one before
Sure.
because I thought it's really interesting.
Absolutely.
Want me to do it now?
Yeah, dive in.
Yeah.
So I go to Grand Rapids Brewery, and the beers there, I was talking with the bartender. He says, most of our staff make their own home brews. That's where we get our recipes.
Oh, that's cool.
So, like, there's this one waitress who would never guess in a million years that she makes her own beer. She's really prissy looking, long, beautiful black hair, beautiful woman. And the beer I was drinking was a Kolsch. I don't normally like it, but I was really impressed with it. He says, oh, by the way, that waitress right over there, that's her recipe. And that's what they do. The people there make their own beers, and they give the owners the recipe, and they make them.
That is cool.
What a great concept for a bar.
Yeah, that is cool. That is.
Yeah.
And, you know, I don't really normally care for Kolsch, but it was hot, and it was light, and I said, wow, this is amazing. He said, yeah, that beautiful girl over there made it. And I just had to introduce myself. This is really
that's cool. Yeah, that's good. Well, that lets you know that they're serious about their beer.
That is. I would love to go to that brewery.
Into beer.
Yeah.
You know? I mean, they're into beer, which is what you want.
That's a family, dude. You know what I'm saying? Like, that's.
Bartender says, this is what I make, and this is what he makes, and showed me the thing, and I thought, wow, I want to work.
Are they a brew pub, or do they distribute? Do they do do they do bottles or cans, or are they just doing kegs at like local bars and stuff?
No, they do bottles.
Okay.
It's not really big yet. They're kind of new, but I was really impressed with the concept.
Yeah, no, that impresses. That
really.
That sounds like the type of place I want to go to. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It honestly does.
People that are passionate about what they do. Yeah.
Yeah. You cannot beat that, man. That's like, I mean, can you imagine on the level of a car company? Like if you had, you know, a car company that made cars, right? That we bought, and most of the like VPs made their own cars, and that's where they got all the different, you know, cars from. I mean, you think of anything that you buy on a regular, and if
that's how it worked for John DeLorean.
Yeah, that's right.
Oh, really? I didn't realize that.
Yeah. You always think of beer guys with the beards and the short hair. And you see this beautiful waitress walking around that in a million years you'd never guess she makes her own beer. Says, yeah, this is mine.
Yeah.
My recipe.
I've been in a couple of restaurants where it's kind of the same thing, where the person that's waiting on you at the table is like, oh yeah, because oftentimes I go someplace and I don't know, you know, whenever I go someplace I try to eat local.
Yeah.
So I go to a local restaurant, and when I get there, I'm like, what's good? What should I have? I'm only going to be here once. And I've had a couple people, well, get that. And I'm like, why? And they go, because that's my recipe.
Yeah. No, and you know,
okay.
You reminded me of something. I have been to 2 restaurants like that, farm-to-table type restaurants where they have a very select small menu, and you cannot get the ones that I've been to, their reservation pretty much. You can walk in and take your chances that someone might cancel, and then you can get their table, and that's how they seat you if you do walk in. But you're really taking a chance walking in. Like, and it's hard to get a reservation there because they're only open a certain amount of hours. They have a very select menu, and everything the one that I'm thinking about, anything they serve is just kick ass, and they do get their recipes from their employees, from the people that work there. And the people that work there love working there.
Oh, yeah.
They could give a rip, like the income is, they could care less. It's like, I love working here. You know what I'm saying? Like, people listen to me. People care. And that's where you want to be. That's where you want to drink. That's where you want to eat because, you know it's going to be good because people give a rip. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I told the bartender about my Citra bomb. He said he gave me the owner and the head brewers. He says, if you want us to make that beer, here's his card. He said, tell him I told you. He said, we'll give it a try. I said, wow.
That's awesome.
That's cool. Yeah.
That's awesome.
It is.
How cool would that be, man? You go in there, you're like, this is my goddamn recipe. I just drink here. You know what I'm saying?
Wouldn't it be cool if that put them on the map?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and that's probably what all the employees are thinking as well.
Mm-hmm.
Like, what if my beer became their the flagship beer, for this brewery, but that's still, I think, even besides the point. Like, I think, like, I've had a few of my images published. I have been published, several times now, and it's a huge compliment. You know what I'm saying? It's pretty cool to see yourself in print. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
You're one piece of their puzzle. You know what I'm saying? And your work is helping promote that magazine. But yeah, it's now I want to get on the cover of something. You know what I'm saying? Like Pat, like our friend Pat's been on many covers now.
I don't know why it just takes such crappy photos. I mean, they're all like old cars. Who wants an old car? Really?
Dude, really? I could do that with my phone.
I would take a 2017 Chevy Cruze over that old crap that he's been
my
taking
phone.
photos of. Yeah, really. Give me an iPhone and a 2016 Chevy Cruze, and that's all I need, baby.
Yeah, that's
I don't
it.
need any of those cars from the 50s.
On my phone.
They don't even have Apple Connect. How can you take a picture of a car without Apple Connect? Come on. I want a car with an infotainment system.
Yeah. I mean, who can shoot an old car? Please. It's old.
Yeah, really. Yeah. Quit living in the past, Pat. Come on. Shoot real cars.
What's up with people live in the past?
Yeah. And Joe D and I would give our right arm to do what he does.
Oh my God, he's living the dream.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he shoots cars that are just north of $15 million. It's nuts.
Yeah, it's crazy.
It's just insane. I mean, and to actually, he doesn't get to drive them, but I mean, to actually get to ride in some of these vehicles and hear them fire up and everything is just like, But
that's right.
How did we even go? Yeah, no, it's definitely has above the table situation.
Yeah.
But back on point though, that is definitely the type of brewery I would love to drink at.
Yeah, exactly. They take their beer seriously, and everybody that works there likes their beer too.
Yeah, everybody likes their. If because in Mark had a good reference, because I can think of a couple of restaurants I've been to that are similar, and they're just fantastic. You know what I'm saying? They're just like, they're fantastic. I like that concept though.
You get good food, you get good service because the people that are there want to be there.
Right.
And they have a stake in what happens.
Right. Yeah.
I should get a job there and do my Citra bomb.
Mm-hmm.
Really.
But what happens if your beer catches on and makes the brewery $1 million? What do you get out of that? That's the problem.
Well, it's still you can at least still say that's your. I mean, because it's the same issue with one of your images. Like if I got, well, when I do get published, if that, let's say maybe that image were to blow up that magazine, or at least give them a lot of exposure, you know that going in,
Yeah.
But it also, as long as they give you credit. That's the way it is with photography.
Yeah.
It's a big thing to get credit. Like, you're really doing it for credit. Because if my image can help blow you up, it blows me up if you give me credit.
Yeah, as long as your name is attached to the beer, that's fine.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm thinking, it's Barrick's Citra bomb.
I think it's Barrick's Badass Citra Bomb. That's what you call it.
And I haven't seen too many craft breweries that, at least craft breweries, that if they did get their recipe from someone, that they don't at least give them credit. And that's, well, you see that a lot with head brewers or something like that, and they're like, yeah, this is my recipe. I made this, and they even give them credit in the title of the beer. They're like, yeah, made by our head brewer, so such and such. It's our freaking beer because he works for us, but it's his recipe. That's all you can ask for, really. Because anything you do when you work for a company is theirs. Period.
Yeah.
They're employing you.
I've been to Founders 3 or 4 times, and the guys and the girls who make the beer, they're always out there, and man, they are just I told you, I think a couple of weeks ago, they wanted to try my Citra Bomb. They're more than willing to tell you, not the exact recipe, but give you the general, what it is, and talk. Man, they talk your ear off. I was there last week, and God, one of the breweries I finally say, okay, man, I'm going to go have another beer. Leave me alone.
Right.
Really great.
Well, ain't that kind of well? That's what's happening with a lot of tech right now too, right? There's a lot of tech that's very open. They're willing to give you their code. Hey, here it is. It's open source. Do what you want with it. You know what I'm saying? How we do it is, we're not going to give you that, but here's the basic of how you can get started with what we're doing.
Exactly.
And that's how a lot of that works too. With video gaming, it's the same sort of principle. A lot of people will use someone else's engine, which is basically the backbone for that video game. So that's a popular concept. I don't think there's any immediate threat to. Well, look at all the breweries that actually give you their recipe, like a kit. Here's the kit of literally everything to make this beer that we serve.
Yeah.
So, if they're willing to do that, I don't think they're too threatened by what.
Well, because they make it 50 barrels at a time, and you're just making your 5-gallon batch at home.
And it's copyrighted to death. You know what I'm saying? So,
you're not bottling that and selling it.
It's trademarked or copyrighted to death. So if you do,
better lawyer up because we're
your lawyer better have a sharp pencil because we also own a pencil factory. That's the one thing now that the show's basically over. One thing about lawyers, man, if you ever hire a lawyer or deal with lawyers, you know how expensive they can be, and it kind of sucks the air out of you, right? When you're like paying for all this expensive lawyerness. And you go in there and you're dealing with your issue, which is pretty serious, and they're on the computer and they might be typing in some stuff you're saying, and they're like, okay, yeah, we can do this and that, and they're literally copy and pasting stuff. Okay, and there's your documentation. Like you got, like you don't have, they do this stuff so much they're copying and pasting stuff and charging you thousands of dollars for
$250 an hour for that kind of stuff.
And then you get your bill and you're like, wait a minute, you charged me 45 minutes and it took you 2 seconds. You copied. I saw you. You know what I'm saying? 45 minutes. But and it's the same thing with photography. Like if the more experienced the photographer, the more actions he has in Photoshop or that person has in Photoshop. Because I do a lot of copy and pasting with my edits too. So it's in Lightroom actually.
But it's all the stuff you took to create that stuff to be able to copy and paste. So.
Yeah. So it's funny how that's the modern age. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
Well, it's like the brewmaster. He's like, I've got this great recipe that sells, millions of bottles a year, but it took me 5 years of perfecting it. Type of thing. So.
Right. Great show, guys.
That could be you, Barrick. You perfected the Citra Bomb. Now you're ready.
That sounds like, what was the name of that brewery again? Let's give them some props, man.
Oh, the Grand Rapids Grand Rapids Brewing Company.
Grand Rapids Brewing Company. Cool, man. I like that concept, and I know they can't be alone. There's got to be others out there that are that run very similar concept because yeah, Mark brought it up. That hit it right on the nail because there is a lot of we might call them fancy restaurants, more higher end, but they are kind of crafty restaurants, right?
Yeah, craft food, I guess, without being pretentious. I'm willing to pay. I don't go to like those white linen tables kind of restaurants, but I'm willing to pay decent money for good food that's not pretentious. You know, that's like real food.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I'm not paying $100 for 2 snails and a piece of parsley on my plate, you know.
Yeah, no offense.
Slug embryos, I'd pay more than
Well, a big huge bowl of slug embryos. Come on.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, who don't want that with a good, you know?
Pair that with a good dry pills. I'm
all over that, right? Yeah.
Slug embryos a la carte.
I'll have that with a good, you know, just round it up with a good Kraft Limerita.
Yeah, Limerita. Topped with bananas, caramelized bananas. Pardon me while I hurl. Yeah, sticky. It has to have a sticky finish.
Oh, you know that has a sticky finish too. A big bowl of slug embryos is sticky, right? That's got sticky.
That's got to be the name of this show, the sticky finish.
Yeah, sure.
That is the name. Yeah, that's good. I like that. Yeah, the sticky finish, man. That's absolutely it. That's good. Yeah, yeah. Bub comes up with another one, man. The sticky finish. Yeah. That almost needs to be a shirt, right?
A big sticky finish is always good.
Joe sticky finish.
Oh, my God. Mothers would see you on the street with their kid and just slap you. You know?
Yeah. Turn their kids away and slap you.
That's as bad as I don't know if they still do it in your area, but back in the day when they had the balls hanging from the truck, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's as bad as balls hanging from a truck, isn't it?
We saw every once in a while. We don't see it here in Atlanta, but you go to North Georgia, South Georgia, you see it quite a bit. But I saw a bunch of trucks with balls on the back in Denver. I mean, I saw a lot.
Oh, really? It's still a thing there?
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Hey, I have a T-shirt.
Georgia, South Georgia, South Georgia. I saw a bunch of trucks with balls on the back.
Anyway, I got a T-shirt that says, "What's up with that?"
I have a T-shirt.
Well, Bum messed up there, huh? Yeah. Something happened. Oh, well, we better go, guys. Thank you, man. I appreciate you jumping in. Thanks for sending that beer, Barrick.
Yeah, looking forward to trying it out next Tuesday, man.
That's Star Trek, right? That's the Star Trek.
I can't do it. No, yeah, everybody can do it except me. That's fine. Fine.
Yeah.
I'm just gonna go downstairs and drink another beer.
Yeah. One of the series that I finished lately, if you guys want to check it out as we leave here, is it's called Togetherness. Kind of a quirky little series on HBO. Is it HBO? Yeah, HBO. And it's okay. You know, it's an okay little series. But Veep, if you like comedies, this is kind of a political comedy. Veep is, oh my God, hysterical. I love it. It's with that, what is it, Julia Dreyfus, that, you know,
okay. Yep.
Seinfeld. She plays the Veep, and the show's a riot. I love that show. It's 5 seasons already. It's a good watch. So, as we go out, man, you guys take it easy, brother.
All right.
Thanks, man. Laters.
See ya.